Hi and welcome everybody. This is just me crafting away, and I thought, you know what, I'd better check in with some of you, do a live so you can talk to each other. I don't know how much chatting I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be getting on and I will try and answer questions as we go along. So I've been working on another folio album, and I should have learnt my lesson really. I started it last night after the going live, and I really shouldn't have done it because I made so many mistakes and I shouldn't really have done it. But anyway, and I've wasted some pieces of paper. But anyway, it's a different sort of size, and I'm just kind of going with the mistakes and just going, you know what, I've done it now, I've stuck it. And anyway, I will show you what I've done so far and then we'll go from there. A quick hello to everyone on the live. Hi Mindy, sneaking in the door, quietly sitting in the corner. Okay, Linda. Hi Lane. Hi Caroline. Hi Judy. Hi Margaret. Thank you. My sweater doesn't actually go with anything else that I'm wearing. I just got cold, so I'm not going to show you anything else. The colours do not match, but it's become my kind of like throw on because it's short sleeved. Just, you know, if I'm feeling a bit cool. So I just throw it on. Right, desk view. Let's get some light on here. There we go, that's a bit better. All right, so I'm using the Cottage Rose papers for this. This measures 7 inches by 5. And the idea was to put papers in it that measure 4 by 6, but I accidentally made my central bit too long. I did it 5 inches. So I'm just going with it because by the time I realised I got it all stuck in, and it was so complicated. It was just my fault. I shouldn't have done it late at night really. So this is how much I've got so far. So the card inside measures 5 by 7, and then I've got a mechanism here to put 5 pages in it. I may still do like an open flap thing on either side. I originally thought I was going to do the design so that you opened it like this and then put your photos in, you know, that way, portrait. But the more I'm kind of like thinking about it, I think I might have it landscape. This may be a wedding present for somebody. I've got a wedding to go to next month, and I just thought if I make it, it might be a present. Okay, so it has got magnets on the inside here, and actually because I forgot to put magnets on the inside of this piece of paper, the magnets are actually on inside here, and they are strong enough to catch. You can sort of hear it catch there, so that's kind of cool. Right, so the other work that I've done is I've started creating the pages that are going to go in. So I've got 5, and I've already cut these. This is the flap to stick that down, and then these are going to be stuck onto each one of these individual. So this just pops onto here, and that will be stuck there. Okay, so that's going to be my pages. Now the reason why I didn't do that 7 inches wide is because when you kind of close it down, it kind of moves anyway towards there. But if I do some inserts, I wanted a bit of space to have the insert to be pulled out. So I've already done that, and I've covered those all already. So now what I'm planning is doing some interesting bits and pieces to my inserts, and I think this is the order in which I'm going to put them in. That I think that's the order I'm going to do it. Or do I want one of those there? No, I'll go for that. That's fine. All right, so let's just work on page number 1 to start off with. And I thought it would be fun to have this fold out and that way. So this is just a scrap piece, probably left over from me cutting some pages. Oh, this was left over from me cutting the middle section. So I want to have that around there. So I'm just going to find out what that measures. Oh, 5 inches. Okay, great. So I'm going to score here at 5. Fold that over. And then I'm going to score there. Let's score that again. And then I'm going to cut a bit off because that's going to get stuck on the inside. And then I'm just going to give that a wee trim like that. So if you do have questions, please type question in capital letters and then ask, because I'm just going to glance up every so often, and so it will help me a great deal if you just put question in capital letters, so I can quickly kind of like look up and see if you guys are asking questions. If you're not, I'm quite happy for you guys to talk amongst yourselves on the live. If you're watching this afterwards, welcome. Thank you for coming back in. Okay, so quite like that. I'm kind of regretting not putting a magnet in underneath here, but I think it will be okay. I'm wondering whether just to trim that down slightly, not have it so close to the edge. I don't know. I'll leave it as it is for now. Okay, so I've got some pieces. Ooh, that would fit perfectly on there. I am afraid I'm going to run out of paper. Ooh, I do have a bit of a kit left. I have one kit left using, so I've got some of that paper left. Right, what does that measure? 4.5. So I'll measure that, take off 1/4 inch there. All right, so that can go on there. And then I just need to cover the inners. Now, the thought I had was to cover or to put matting layers that are not necessarily designer series paper, but maybe just some other coloured cardstock that kind of matches. So let's just see if I've got... Ooh, those... I know this is petal pink, but I've got a whole heap of pale papaya here. That'll save me having to... You know what? I think I'm just going to do that. So I need 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. This must be left over from a card I designed for a class. So I've got a whole heap of them left over. So I'm just going to use those. 5 by 3.25. Let me just double check that. Yep, all good. Oh, triplet lambs. How cool. Hi Elaine, Jan, Judy, Jody. Got Jan, Judy and Jody. They are born with a layer of wool fuzz. Oh, there's a question higher up. Okay, thanks, Caroline. Hi, I read nearly everything will increase. Will prices be held to the new catalogue, and will it mean online excuses can increase at any time without notice? Okay, good question. So the prices of the online exclusives that are available now are actually sort of reflect, I think, the price increase. So for example, I don't know if you noticed the circle punches are now £21. So I think they've already increased some of the prices there. Yes, they do not increase until the new catalogue comes in, but if you're ordering new product, that will be the price they are. So if there is current product that you know that you like and use and you want to have a supply of, then make sure you place that order in April for, you know, so things like cardstock or, you know, it's just your kind of essentials and stuff. You know, I would always place a bit of an order to make the most of those, you know, current pricings. Hope that answers your question. Yeah, it's inevitable. I mean, you know, in a way, we should have price increases every year to go in line with inflation, but Stampin' Up for many years withhold that and try and suck it up. But the reality is that, you know, they can't do that forever. You know, the cost of their manufacturing, their transportation, delivery to us, wage increases, all sorts of things. You know, we can't expect them to keep not being fulfilled, because otherwise I'd rather have a company that was healthy and running than one that wasn't. So I think it just means that we kind of, if we've got a finite amount of money that we can spend on products, just make really good choices. Just buy what you absolutely love. You know, think about ways that you can, you know, budget and, yeah, make the most of what you can buy. And that's why I love showing you guys lots of ideas with, you know, 1 stamp set or 2 stamp sets. You don't have to have everything, even though you might want everything. Hi Heidi, hi Dawn. Oh, hi Patricia. Oh. Oh, really, Jan? Your sister's name is Judy. Oh, there we go. All right, so that's one side done. So that's going to open like that. So, what if it'd be cute to have like a double one, have one there and then one here. That'd be nice to have them cross over actually. So let's just check the measurement on that. So that's, I don't know, if I do that at 2 1/4. Oh, you can tell I've got a new blade in at the moment. Wowie. So that's 2 1/4. So if I do that by 3 1/4. And then cut it, trim it off flat there. 3 1/4. Flat there. Oh, congratulations, Judy. Oh, did I do that the right? Is that not right? Excuse me, what am I doing? quarter. Oh, hello, Glenna. Happy lunchtime for you. Okay, so I'm going to have that there and that there. So I want a kind of contrasting piece of paper. This is when I'm going to grab all my little scrappy bits. I'm thinking, ooh, what can I use? Right, what does that measure? Oh, not quite 6 inches. All right, so I might actually have to chop off a little bit from that to make it work, to fit this piece of paper. Sometimes you have to do that. You can have an idea and then go, might just need to, yeah, work it. Right, so that actually measures 5 3/4, so half of that would be 2 7/8. So to fit that onto there, I just need to cut off 1/8 from the ends of that, which is okay. So I need to cut off 1/8. Yep. Which is about there, I think. Right, is this going to fit? Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Who's asking about Bronze Elite? Yes, so Bronze Elite, to get to Bronze Elite, you need to have ordered $1,800 or CSV in the last 12 months to get to Bronze Elite. And when you get to Bronze Elite, you get an additional 5% off when you place orders. So it's kind of worth getting there. Now, if you reach Bronze Elite at this time of year, you will keep your Bronze Elite status until September. So even if your total spend for the year drops under 1,800, so if you spend less over the next few months, you will still have that 5% discount. So I have a downline that did that back in, I think it was like October or November. So she will keep that 5% discount throughout the whole year. I say extra kind of income, as it were. What do you mean the targets are higher? Then only if you want them to be. There's no pressure by Stampin' Up for you to be buying or selling anymore. That's up to you. Yeah, there's no... If you want to get to silver, yes, the targets are higher, but that's up to you. That's your choice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Carolyn. Oh, bless you. Trying to figure out if I like that or not. I'm going to go with it because that's what I designed. I've got 4 other pages to design really, so I shouldn't really fuss around too much. That's a nice thing about when you're making these. A bit like, you know, when you're making 4 or 5 cards in one go. You've got 4 or 5 pages, you know, you've got 4 or 5 goes to experiment and, you know, have fun. You know how we need to reach 300 to meet bronze? You are bronze. No, when you join, you are bronze. You need to spend 300 CS3 every quarter to stay a demonstrator, which is bronze. Yeah, 300 every quarter. But that's not £300, Caroline. That's 300 CSV. That's less than £300. Sorry, I know I got some glue on here earlier. Just trying to get rid of it while I remember. Okay, next page. Nice to have a portrait. Just a portrait flap, maybe. What's that? 2 3/4 I'm going to go for. Ah, I forgot I need the I forgot I needed a flap. Oh well, this will have to do for something else. Right, start again. Right, 2 3/4. Score. 5 1/2. Score. There we go. That's better. Cut at 6. Cut that at 4 inches. I forgot to do the flap. That's a bit annoying. So it'd be nice to have that portrait one there. So I did this 2 3/4, so just 2 1/2 would be fine. Have I got enough for another one? 2 1/2. And 3 3/4. Right, so that goes in there like that. That can go on the front, and then I think I'm going to cheat and just put different colours on the inside of those, because as I said, I'm kind of like wary of not using all this up, and then I've got one for another one later on, so I'll keep that with that because I know that fits. Ooh, I've got these left over. That'll fit. Yes, GD. Yeah. So if you title in, oh no, sorry, September is the start of the year. No, September, October, November, December. Sorry, October is the start of our year. So September, if I get to silver by September, it won't, no, it doesn't definitely go away, Judy. So to be silver, you need to do, oh gosh, what is it 3,600 CSV in the last 12 months? And you need to have a downline to stay silver. So your titles not depend, you know, it doesn't all start again in that sense. The sales have just got to be consistent. So as long as over the last 12, you know, the previous 12 months, you are at a certain sales level, you will keep it. And as long as your downline doesn't drop, that's fine, you stay at silver. Just going to get rid of these little bits and pieces because they can really clutter up my desk. Right, I've lost my other panel. Oh, there it is. Oh, hold on. Which way around does this go? Yeah, that is right. For a moment, the writing looked like it was upside down. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Sandy Rofsky. You're new to the channel, love it. Thank you. Sorry for ignorance, but what are the different levels achieved through Stampin' Up? Okay, so the levels achieved are based on sales and also recruiting. But to achieve the first level, so when you become a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you start at bronze. Okay, you are automatically bronze. And in order to stay a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you need to sell or purchase for yourself 300 CSV or $300. So CSV is the term for us that are in countries not the United States. So they do some like mathematical wonderful jiggery pokery. So for example, in the UK, 300 CSV is the equivalent of approximately about £280 of product. So we need to sell or purchase 280, whether we buy it for ourselves or we have sales through other people. That whole combined amount needs to be around the £280 mark. But you do have to remember that when you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you get a discount. So you get the discount off the 280, so it doesn't actually cost you that. So when you're bronze, you get 20% off the non-tax price. So the equivalent for that in the UK, I can only speak for the UK because that's where I am at, that works out at around a 16% discount because we have 20% tax. So obviously, depending what state you are in America, you know, you guys get taxed after, so it's a bit easier for you guys. We already have tax on our products, so it just makes it a little bit more complicated for us. So if you want to stay a demonstrator, like I said, you need to do 300 every quarter. So a quarter is every 3 months. So January, February, March is one quarter. April, May, June is the second quarter. July, August, September is the third quarter. October, November, December is the fourth quarter. And it's the same every year. It doesn't move. So then if you want to progress, if you want to become bronze elite, you need to sell 1,800 CSV in the previous 12 months. So if you just put in a massive order, say you put a $2,000 order in, you will get there super quickly. And then you can start enjoying the extra percentage off. So you get an extra 5% off when you're Bronze Elite. And then if you want to become Silver, you need to do more sales and you need to recruit somebody. One person, just one person. So I don't want to explain all the higher ranks. It gets a little bit more complicated. I mean, I can tell you a bit more. I can tell you about Silver Elite because that's where I'm at. So Silver Elite, you need to have at least 5 team members underneath you. You need to recruit 5 people. And then you also need to do, I think it's something like 7,000, it's nearly 8,000 CSV a year in sales. So there's quite a big jump between Silver and Silver Elite because they regard you as what's called like a leader when you get to that level, because you are supporting, you know, 5 or more other people to be Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So you know, it takes quite a bit of effort to get to that point. You either have got to be purchasing a lot of product for yourself, or you are definitely selling to others to get to that point. Okay, so that's that one, like that. I suppose I could do a similar one on the other side. I've got that one here. Yeah, and then you do, there are some additional perks to Silver Elite. You get I think it's a 2%. You get a product bonus, and you also get a sales bonus. I think the bonus is like 1% or something of sales, and then you get a product bonus. But obviously you need to be doing quite a bit. The other perk of being Silver Elite is that you get to attend a Stampin' Up! Event 1 a year for free. So you can choose an event to attend for free, because it's you know, them wanting to encourage your personal development. So for example, I went to New Orleans last year. I didn't pay for that conference, the conference itself. I had to obviously pay for my accommodation, but Stampin' Up, I chose that as my free event for that year, so I didn't need to pay for it. But as you can imagine, it's a lot more work. You put in a lot more hours into it. Hi, Nessa. Right. My brain is like a sieve at the moment, so I just have to remind myself what measurements I'm doing here. So it's 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. So where are you based, Sandy? Rothsky? So if you've got any questions about those sort of amounts and things, your targets, you just need to sign into the Demonstrator website and go to, I think it's Business Resources, and look up the compensation plan. If you download the compensation plan, that will give you all the information that you need. And if you've got any questions, ask your upline, ideally, if you're a bit confused. And if you don't have an upline, of course you're welcome to ask me, but I'm not always available for your questions. You can contact Stampin' Up! Directly and they will help you. Hi Karen, hi Dawn, hi Wendy. Excuse me, sorry. Right, so this one's just going to go in here. It's basically kind of the same on both sides. I've done this one. If you find a fold that works, stick with it. They're on the men, thanks Nessa. Yeah. I think I went out this morning, Tom went back to bed. May's just sounding a bit snotty. Jaden's sounding better. I'm hoping he'll go back to school tomorrow. Okay, so there we go. That's on that side and that's on that side. So that's number 2. What's the time? Okay, I've got 20 minutes. I'm just going to do this last page and then I'm going to go. Right. What shall we put on here? Could do an interesting kind of like flap here, couldn't we? If I'm thinking do almost like a little bit of a mini waterfall, like just a 2 flap waterfall. So if I don't really want it to be I want to see this pretty paper, so I don't want it to be massive. Okay, I'm going to do 3 3/4. Actually, it's probably going to be a similar size to this one. Three and 3/4 by 2 3/4. Oh no, do I want a bit smaller? By 2.5. Then I'm going to move it up 1/4 of an inch, and then score, and then have that at 2.5. So cut that at 5.25. I think it works in my head anyway. So the idea is that we just stick that panel down, and then that can lift up. I think. Well, that fits perfectly. So 3.5. Oops. Just check that. By 2.25. Yep. And then we'll just cut some of this up. Need to change position. Bye, Carolyn. So 2.25. I need 3 of these, don't I? 1, 2, 3. And I'm desperate to use a magnet on the other side, so next one I'm going to use a magnet. I'm going to test out my new ones. This is when I think I should just have some like lo-fi music playing in the background. You know, just something copyright free so that I don't get done by YouTube. I don't know if you guys would like that or not. Just when I'm not talking so much. See, I don't know whether just to have... I don't know if I like having that bit showing. What do you think? I'm not sure if I like it. Maybe if I put a little sort of lift tag on a what do I mean? Like a little thumb tag or something on there, it would kind of pull that colour together. Don't look like it's more deliberate. I don't actually mind seeing the peach kind of strip, but I don't know. I don't know if it feels like I've done it wrong, you know. I know, covering that gorgeous flower. What if I did that then? If it opened like that. What do you think? Then I could do a peach section there. So you get to see that. My pup jumped out of his sweater to jump off my chair to bark at a dog going by. So funny to see. Oh. Oh no, too big. Oh, Ruth. Right, Ruth, come on. 2 1/4. Right, so if I stick that there, stick that right next to it. that there. And then they'll know this is a photo mat opportunity. And then you still get to see that lovely flower. I'm just doing it, people. Just going to do it. Just to make sure it works. Yep. Right. Let me just do this backwards and forwards. Hold on. Let me just double burnish. Okay, that's better. I know some people who picked this week to go to Disneyland. Not a good week. Oh dear. Is it super wet? It's quite blustery here in the UK. Well, mid Wales anyway. Not a good week for Disneyland. Okay. Right, there we go. Oh, right. This one I was going to do a open and an open. Oh no, that's not it. And actually that's quite handy. All the florals are on the edge, so that's quite nice. So what does this measure? I'll do this 4 inches. And I'm going to score at 3. And then 6. And then cut at 9. And then you need to see which way it folds better. Okay, so that one needs to be a little bit thinner, so I'm just going to take off a 1/16. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom one, so I need to put the magnet on the bottom one. So these are the magnets I ordered from Amazon. And I can't believe they're like 50 here. Apparently these are 50, there's 50. I haven't counted them. It says that there's 50. But they are so tiny, they're 1 millimetre thick. Look, tiny, tiny, tiny. So, just take one off. And take another one. And that's, so you've got to figure out which is the best side. Obviously that's the wrong side because it just pinged off. Then, oh, ew, got a bit of fluff on that tape. Won't use that one. So you take your tape and the sticky side up, move the magnet off, pop the magnet back on. Okay. And close your piece of paper. There we go. Okay, so that sticks. Right. So I don't need any DSP on the back because that's going to be stuck down like that. So I just need something for the inners and that outer piece. And again, I think I'm just going to use these to line my inner sections. So let me just double check what I measured this to be. 4 by 3, wasn't it? Okay, so 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, 2 3/4. So I'll just go on the inside, there and there. Now this one needs to be slightly slimmer because it's slightly smaller. So I'm going to go 2 3/4 minus a 16th. So that one will go there. And then one for the outer. Then I want something pretty on the outer. Alright, the something pretty is going to have to be lined because it's not quite big enough. I have this left. So 4 3/4. And what does this measure? Do this at 3 1/2 and 2 1/2. There we go. That's exactly 2 1/2. So I'm just going to mount that onto there. Right, last bit of sticking. Right, that's for later. Oh, move out of the way. So I'm taking the tape off of there. So what do you guys want me to stamp tonight when I come on? Wednesdays traditionally are stamped one sheet wonder Wednesdays. All right, nearly there. So that opens like so, and like that. Now I'm just going to flip that open so it's not so bulky. So I'm kind of deliberately putting these extra bits on pages before I stick the pages in, because it's so much easier to do these out of the album. And because I've allowed 1/4 of an inch allowance for all the pages, I'm not too worried about it being a little bit bulky. Have I done that correctly? Just check. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's just see how it would play out. I'm not going to stick them in just yet, but this is how it's going to play out. That this one's going to go in here. Okay, so that's going to open like that, and these ones like that. This is the second page, so that's going to go on there. So got that. Yep. Yep. And that one goes like that. Might just need to burnish that a bit more. Ah, now that one is right opposite that. I'm wondering whether to swap some pages around. I think I might just go for that one in there and do something different on this side, because that's going to be, otherwise it's kind of like bulk against bulk there. So I know what, I'll swap that one out. Let's go for that one. And this one will have this one. So that opens like that and then like that. And this one opens up like that. All right, so I've just got one more to do there. Oh, sorry, two more to do. Got that middle one and then that one on the end there to do. And then I may have something that opens up on here. My husband's came in the house, saw I was watching YouTube and said, "Are you watching Ruth?" Yes. Ruth, could we have a square hoped, so when cut into quarters have L shape on base card? Can you just rewrite that, Caroline? I think you've done a typo somewhere and I don't quite know what you mean. You want a one sheet wonder, okay. Hi, Valerie. I got a bit of what you said, Caroline. Can you just write that again? Oh, shape. Right. Could we have a square shape, so when cut into quarters have L shape on base card. Oh, I've got you. Yes. That's a really good idea. All right then. Yeah, I've got an idea for that. So, well, I wouldn't do it on a square base. What I would do is do it on, I'll do it on an A4. So imagine this is your A4. I will do a design going around like that on the inner. And then when you cut that into 9, you'll have 4 L shapes and you'll have 2 with a line through it. Jodie, my hubs asked me the same thing as I was stuffing my face, typing at the same time. Multitasking. You didn't fall over your boots, did you, Glenna, running to the... All right, so thank you for joining me this afternoon, everybody, for a happy little hour sticking those bits together. And there will be more. There will be more. So that's the middle section, and then I'm going to do something, I think, on in here. And then these have got to have inserts as well, but I may have to just do coloured card inserts with like little bits of decoration because I'm running out of DSP now. So I'm keeping all these little scraps for decor later. Yes. Don't throw anything away. So I need an idea of something what to put on this one. Actually, I might do that I've just done there. I think I might do that on this one. But have it, yeah. Or I could have it going that way. Ooh. Oh yeah. Also got this. That could just go on that side, couldn't it? There's a little open-y thing. Or we could have a fancy fold, like a pop-up. Oh, we could have a little mini pop-up here, couldn't we? Fold that. Yeah, we could have a little mini pop-up like I did in the other one that I did. Right, okay. My brain's ticking now. I need to go. Thanks, Glenna. Thanks, Dawn. Alexa's beeping. I must have forgotten an Amazon delivery. Ooh. No beats today. Okay. Thank you for all the time you spend making these and explaining your process. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, no, you guys don't mind me watching. I'm happy because I started work on it this morning, but I didn't feel to do a live. Oh, that was it. I was waiting to go on a Zoom call with a friend of mine, and so I didn't want to kind of go live and then like have to go and do my call. So I got on with some other bits and pieces, like cutting everything. So that's why everything was kind of like pre-cut. So there we go. Right. Take care, everyone. See you all later. Take care for now. And if you want to find me again,